Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why some photos just feel a certain way? It's not magic, it's often a secret weapon called subtle split toning. This technique can completely transform the emotional impact and narrative of your images and make them truly gorgeous. So let's have a look at finding your own creative style with split toning. Most photographers overlook the deep emotional impact of colour, focusing on vibrancy and white balance. The true mastery, though, lies in understanding how subtle colour shifts guide the viewer's eyes and feelings. Today, we're going to have a look at unlocking the secret technique to inject some emotion into your photos with subtle split toning. And it's not just color images, you can also do this to your black and whites. So there's different colors drive different moods. So blues and greens tend to create feelings of calm or serenity or even sadness. If you're looking at reds or orange hues, they evoke warmth, passion, danger, depending on the saturation and their context. So let's grab this image here, and I'm just in Lightroom, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into color grading. And what we can do here, so this is split up, so you've got your midtones, your shadows and your highlights. Now you can do it globally if you wish to. So if you wish to just apply one hue to your image, but I find I prefer to go into the different breakdown or tonal ranges of an image. So I will go into the midtones, shadows and highlights. On this particular image, I'm going to go and I'm going to add some blue into the shadows and maybe just a little touch of cyan into the midpoint, and then I'm going to do a little bit of yellow into the highlight, and the more you pull it out, the brighter it becomes, although you do have to watch your skin tones. But just putting a little bit of blue in the shadows and yellow in the highlights, so if I have a look at the before and after, it just gives it a little bit more dramatic. I could come in and do reds and yellows, so if I take this image here, I can just do again, I can put red into the shadows and I can put some orange into the highlight. So that has, if I look at the before and after, has really intensified the reds in this particular image. But it just depends on the colors you use and what you want to achieve out of your images. But in saying that, if we come in and have a look at a black and white image, we can still add a split tone to your black and white. So I have added a blue to the shadows and a yellow to the highlights. I could add orange. I could do whatever I want. So you could do lots of different split toning. I could do green and orange to give that sort of cinematic feel to it. So you can apply split toning to your black and white images as well as your color images. If you focus on just the shadows and just the highlights and leave the midtones as where the natural colors lie, then that gives you a really nice balance. You can, of course, come in and you can play with the blending and the balance. So if you want more green or more of the orange in your image, you can do that. Okay, so let's open this image into Photoshop and have a look at what we can do from there. So I already did some basic edits on this image, but to add a split toning, what I want to do is I want to go into color balance. From here, you can select your shadows, midtones and highlights. So if I go into my shadows, I can then decide if I want to pull some blues into my shadows, maybe add just a touch of cyan. Of course, if I wanted to go into reds, I could add reds from there. And I'm going to go into my highlights and I'm just going to boost the yellows just a little bit. I don't want it too vibrant. So that's putting a real blue yellow onto this image. I could, of course, go in and do the red one that I had and did, you know, yellow and green or things like that. Something else that you can do is if you come into color lookup tables, you can add some, like if you've got the teal orange plus contrast, that will also add a split toning effect to your image. If you come into a program like exposure, there's an actual split toning, so you can go into split toning for black and white or split toning for color, and you can create your own. So you can decide that you want to do blues on one end, yellows on the other, and then you can decide on how much of a strength you want to put on that. So practice is key. Experiment with different images and observe the immediate emotional shift that you see in the colors. Remember, subtle is the main word here. The goal isn't to create such obvious color casts, but just a whisper. Go forth and infuse your photography with the power of emotional storytelling, making your images resonate deeply with others. Transform bright outdoor shots into nostalgic golden hour images with warm highlights and neutral shadows. Lean into something gritty and dramatic and make some sort of film noir street scene type thing. Play with it, have fun. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, and as always, if you'd like to see something or have something to say, don't forget to leave a comment down below, and I will see you next time on the channel. Bye.